Hello, welcome to my channel. Today we have the disappearance of Carolyn Ruth Banks, July 2nd, 1987, from Dalton, Georgia. She was just 33 years old, between 5'2" and 5'4", around 120 pounds. It says several witnesses saw Banks being dragged by a male. He threw her into his pickup truck and left the apartment complex. He returned several hours later with blood on him and scratches. He told a witness that Banks had jumped out of his truck and left walking. He reported her missing on July 4th, 1987. Carolyn Banks has not been seen or heard from since. Okay, so seeing that she's never been seen or heard from since, he's covered in blood and he has scratches, I would assume that whatever happened to her happened right then and there. And so black, short, petite, brown hair. I'm not going to think she went missing, years later, but I'm going to look at some Jane Does. Her picture is so small on here, and here's a better picture. So the first Jane Doe I have could be anybody, pretty much. They found her in 2007, and she could have died anywhere from 1950 to 2007. So she fits the description of like all these missing people. They don't have a height or a weight or anything, or an age, right? So it could be anything. Partial skeleton. All that was present was the cranium and most of the maxilla and torso limbs. So every time I see her, I think, oh, she looks like this person. Oh, she looks like that person. Anybody between the ages of 30 and 50. So yeah, to me, I'm like, oh yeah, she looks like her. But there's been a couple other people that I've thought, oh, she looks like them, right? So yeah, this is just one more person that I look at and say, oh, she looks like them, right? So the victim was found in a wooded area being cleared for a parking lot at 3850 Jonesboro Road in southeast Atlanta, Georgia. And she was last seen in Dalton, Georgia. How far of a drive is it from Dalton to Atlanta? Because he was gone several hours. Do you think he drove to Atlanta? An hour and 45 minutes. So many places he could have driven to. It's possible he drove to Atlanta. I don't know. I would think that the Jane Doe here would be someone from Atlanta. But it's possible that he drove her to Atlanta. So I don't know. Okay, and then we have this Jane Doe found in Decatur, Georgia. August 13th, 1987. But she's about 5'7", and she's 5'2" to 5'4", so I wouldn't think it would be her. Estimated year of death 1986 to 1987, unless they have her height wrong. The descendant was found in a wooded area near 1907 Austin Drive, Decatur, Georgia. Decatur, Georgia. So let's see. How far is that? 2 hours. Doesn't make much sense, does it? But, I don't know. Black rubber water type boots, red polyester ski type jacket, hospital gown underneath her coveralls. I don't know. It really just doesn't make much sense to me. There's a picture of her. Let's see. Atlanta, Georgia, 1 to 6 years prior, unless I got the year wrong a little bit. 5'2" to 5'6", 30 to 45 years old. Black with some gray hair, only at 3 to 4 inches long. And I can't tell how long her hair is. So there's that. You can pause this and read it if you like. Her remains were discovered on the steps of a vacant house at Auburn Avenue in Atlanta, Georgia. The location had been abandoned for several years. So I would think this was somebody missing from Atlanta, Georgia. And this is her on the Charlie Project. It says exactly the same thing, I think. I don't think there's any new information. And so I added some more Jane Does. This one died in 1989. About 5'4". You can pause this and read it if you like. Two men found the victim's remains in a small overgrown field at the intersection of Boulevard and Houston Street in the northeast section of Atlanta. The remains were located beneath kudzu or ivy. Most of the remains were recovered. We have this Jane Doe who died in 1990 from a homicide, 18 to 25 years old, 5'2" to 5'4". Men's pullover, short sleeve shirt. A man walking in the woods of a private hunting club found the descendant's scattered bones in thick underbrush 37 feet away from Canal Road, roughly 1.5 miles from exit 8 of Interstate 95 leading to Golden Isles Parkway. The woman's body had apparently been dumped at the site, possibly by somebody who pulled off I-95, then turned down the first accessible dirt road. Her body was deposited in the woods between June 16, 1990 and June 27, 1990. Does that mean that's when she died, or... Okay, then we have a Jane Doe found September 20th, 1994, who died in 1994 with a recognizable face. Homicide by strangulation, 5'1", 88 pounds, age 20 to 40, in Atlanta, Georgia. A victim's new body was found in a vacant lot on Piedmont Road, Atlanta, Georgia, September 20th, 1994. A man was eventually tried and convicted, but they don't know who she is. And then we have this Jane Doe, the last one, found September 13th, 2003, Atlanta, Georgia. Died years prior. It doesn't say how many years. And it's no height, no weight. Age 35 to 55. Descendant was located in a wooded area near Cascade Circle, Southwest in Atlanta, Georgia, September 13, 2003, by persons searching for war relics. The remains included a cranium, right femur, fragments of a pelvis, and one vertebrae. So if you have any information about what might have happened to her, if you remember her, you knew anything, you heard somebody drinking and talking, maybe you feel like you gave them the information years ago, you're not sure if they still have it, make sure you contact authorities and give them any information that you have. Let them decide what's important and what's relevant. If you know who any of those Jane Does are, please contact authorities with that as well. Don't forget to pray for their families and their loved ones. Feel free to leave comments and have a blessed day. Bye-bye.